Sul Simmers, my name is Dorothy Jaswick and welcome back to my channel. Today we're building on the 13 Acacia Avenue lot in San Sequoia, and it's going to be a 4-bedroom home with 3 bathrooms, and we'll just get right into it, shall we? I'm using this eco lifestyle flooring in most of the rooms, like the living room and the master bedroom, and then we're going to have 2 kids' rooms. I didn't realize that I wasn't recording when I built the kitchen, so it's mostly parenthood stuff as well as like a few growing together items. And the table and chairs are from the bowling night pack, which is really fun, but I never really used that pack, so I thought it'd be fun to use in this build because it kind of really goes with the theme. It's kind of like an older house, so they're going to have a little bit of older furniture in here. And I thought it would be fun to have some utilities in this one. They are the functional ones, so you'll have to fix them if they break. We also have a little vacuum, and I added a dustpan and broom. And I'm using wallpaper from the basement kit as well as base game stone flooring. I also added in an AC unit on the side of the building here. I ended up moving it out to the front porch that you see there. I added 1 bar stool because I wasn't sure if they would not be able to get to it with the table because it is pretty tight in that kitchen dining room area. And you could put a laptop there or study there if you really wanted to, or you could just delete it because we have a ton of appliances that you could also add to that little island. So this is one of the pre-made family homes that came with growing together, and I noticed that they adopted a child, and when I came in here they didn't have a room for it, so I wanted to build them a new house because they had 2 children. The bed is from the Parenthood pack, and this desk is from Growing Together, but the little side table is from High School Years. I used a lot of packs in this, if you couldn't tell. I want to say the little skateboards are also from Parenthood, but the little hat and basketball are from the Everyday Clutter kit. I got them one of the base game computers though, because it was cheaper than the university one. And then I added a bunch of random clutter on top of the desk on this shelf. It took a lot of alt placing though, because it doesn't slot a bunch of stuff on there. I got them the scouting board from Seasons and a school project just to work on. We also have a dresser in here now and the shoebox decoration from the Everyday Clutter kit. I thought that was appropriate for a kid because a lot of kids collect shoes. So do a lot of teenage boys, they collect shoes. I also added in a guitar, but then I ended up removing it and putting it somewhere else because he can't play it yet. At least I don't think kids can play guitar, can they? I guess I've never really tried. I know they can play the violin, but it has to be the kids' violin. I don't understand why kids couldn't play the guitar, though. It might be too big for them. But anyway, I added in a couple of the base game curtains and then the curtains from My First Pet stuff. I know, it's a horrible pack, but their curtains are actually pretty good. I also added this string light object that has a bunch of pictures of children and teenagers, so I figured they could be his friends or cousins or something like that. He also has a little backpack and the calendar from Cats and Dogs. And then I started finishing up the decorations on the desk because I needed to alt place everything, so that was the last thing I did in there. And then we moved on to the toddler girls room. I ended up using the little shelf that has a little purse hanging from it from the Parenthood pack. I thought it was really cute. It's got a little picture of a cat or something on there. We've got a little toddler bed. I sized down this toddler stuff dollhouse, and it still works. They still function fine if you size them down. And I gave her the cloud light in her room and the regular base game kids light in the boys' room. I always put our toddler potties in our room, but because we have carpet in this one, I used the rug from Get Together as a little mat so she didn't get the floor all dirty, even though it still happens anyway because the puddles are huge. And then I added this pillow from the little campers kit on her bed. I just thought that was nice because her room is purple, but the bed is relatively plain, so it just kind of spruces it up a little bit. I wish we had more pillows that were flat like that. One thing that I wish I had on PlayStation was the tool mod so that I could rotate objects like that, because we just got new pillows from the daily login rewards, and it would be nice to be able to just tilt those back on a bed or something like that. We've also got some blocks and the Wabbit tablet. I thought about putting in a diaper changing station, but it didn't really fit in here. It's just very large and I didn't like the way that it looked. So I added in a nightstand instead, and then a few other decorations like a little chair in here in the corner in case she wants to sit there and read. And then there's also another bigger chair in the corner for an adult to sit in. And then I added in some Growing Together curtains and the lamp from Growing Together as well, because I love that lamp. I use it everywhere. We've also got the Bigfoot stuffy. Does anybody remember when they were $5 when the werewolf pack first came out? I'm so sad that they fixed that. I really wish it would have stayed $5. I added a few of the like mural decorations from the base game and one of them from Growing Together, and then a few like baby supplies up here on the shelf, and that was it for the toddler room. But now we're going to get into the hallway bathroom, or the kids' bathroom. I had so much fun doing this. I used a bunch of the decals from Growing Together and the bathroom clutter kit. So we have and we even have like this perfect bathtub from Parenthood that's got a whale on it. So I had to use that in our Under the Sea themed bathroom. That's really what kind of gave me the idea to do that. The toilet is base game, and I thought it would be fun to make it blue just because it's under the water. And then we also have the sink from Parenthood. I added in a Growing Together hand towel and then a mirror from the Parenthood pack as well, because it comes in that same blue as the toilet. And then I added a couple of rugs from the bathroom decorations kit. I also put up a shower caddy that matches like this blue theme that we have going on. And we also have a little hairbrush hair tie organizer. I also added the hair dryer and a couple of towels just on the shelf here for a little bit extra decoration because I really wanted this to be like a cool kid's bathroom. But look how cute this little wall is. You've got a turtle, some seaweed, some coral, a whale, and a few little fishies. I wanted to have a towel rack too, even though it blocks a little bit of the decoration that we have there. I think it's still fine because we needed a few extra towels. For the parents' room, I ended up using a bed from Seasons, and at first I had it facing out the window, and then I ended up moving it over just to have a little bit more walk space between the doors. And then I used that space to add a dresser and a mirror between the bedroom and the bathroom door. And I used the new mirror from the Modern Lux kit. I really love that mirror. I love the design of it and how it leans up against the wall. I'm also using Modern Lux curtains, and they kind of match the curtains that are on the 4-poster bed, so that's pretty much why I chose that. And then I added a couple of plants on the side table as well as a water bottle. I know I always have a water bottle next to the bed. And then I added a couple of magazines and a journal as well as like a little box of tissues on one of the nightstands. It took me a little while to figure out which rug I wanted, but I ended up using one of the ones from the laundry day kit and just kind of like scooching them as close as I could together and creating like a huge rug. And we still had a little bit more room here, so I added in an ottoman from high school years that has like flowers all over it, and I thought that really fit in here with the green. Plant over here in the corner is from the Basement Treasures kit, and then I added a little cow plant as well from the Paranormal pack. I love the little cow plant. I try to put him everywhere. But this is probably my favorite bathroom that I've ever done in The Sims. We have this huge corner bathroom and a beautiful sink from the base game. I love that sink so much. It is like my favorite base game sink. We've also got the base game toilet as well, just because I figured they would probably have the same toilet in both bathrooms. I also added in the snowy escape shower. You can walk over this, so it's not going to affect where your Sims walk. But I figured the parents should have their own shower and a big tub to relax in because being a parent is pretty tough. And if you are a parent and you need to hear this, you're doing an amazing job. I hope you have time for yourself today. I added a candle to our toilet just so our Sims wouldn't put anything on the back of there. It's really annoying when they do that and also like super gross. We've also got some bath salts and a little lotion bottles and some towels for your Sims to wash their face. I also wanted to make sure that I remembered to put in the Basement Treasures kit couch, so I put that down there. Before we get to the basement, I wanted to do the living room upstairs. So we've got a few things already in here. I wanted to use this clutter object item from the Growing Together pack for the kids. They're probably going to have toys all over the living room. If you're a parent, you know toys are going to be everywhere. Like, no matter what you do, they're going to be everywhere. Also got the couch and chairs from Growing Together. We've got like a cool built-in moment for the TV using some of the bookcases from the Book Nook kit. They all slot together, and I was able to like scooch our TV down in just the right way so that it wasn't like clipping in with the top shelf. And I really don't do built-ins that often, so this was like a first for me. Though I thought it looked pretty dark, so I added a bunch of these lights from the Book Nook kit in there just to brighten it up a little bit. I did have to like move them and alt place them, so they're not really sitting on the shelf. So just beware of that. They might set stuff in it. Then I added a rug from Seasons and a few clutter objects on this little nightstand or side table. Kind of going along the route that I was saying earlier, I added a toy box out here just so your Sims can play out here in the living room and they don't have to be totally confined to their bedroom. And then I added the desk from the Crystal Creation stuff pack and a base game chair, just so we could have a computer. I added a lamp from high school years that has some stickers on it. You know, maybe one of the kids found a package of stickers and just started sticking them everywhere, and the lamp was one of the places that they stuck them. I honestly really love stuff like that in The Sims because it makes it so much more realistic. I added the new pillow from the daily login rewards to our chairs. It matches pretty well. I'm actually pretty surprised with how well they go with the leather on the couch. I added in a couple of clusters of paintings. Some of them are from Growing Together and some of them are from Get Together. They're just like pictures of like random cities. And I also added the high school diplomas from high school years and this little fish hook box because it's really adorable and I don't really get to use it that often, so it's fun to add in this build from Growing Together. I got another Bigfoot stuffy over here in the corner of the living room just because they might need to. They have 2 kids, so if one's using one, they might not want to share, you know. Then we got into the basement. We've got a rug from City Living here that's kind of like dirty and like dilapidated, and I really like that, so I used that in the basement as well as the Basement Treasures wallpaper and the couch. Really wanted it to seem like maybe grandma was living here and everybody moved in and they still use some of her stuff. Maybe she still lives here in the basement and that's why we have like her bedroom down here, and there's also another bathroom. You can also set it as like a for rent apartment if you really wanted to. I didn't because I've had some serious lag issues with that and I wasn't about to mess around with it. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. Say Kyle Kyleson calls you and wants to stay over, he's got a room now. In this basement, I basically wanted it to be like a skill building and game area. So we've got like a huge TV, we've got a City Living game console and a dartboard. There's a piano, a foosball table, and the radio from the Party Essentials kit. We filled in a lot of these shelves with the Basement Treasures kit items, like the decorations, like these trophies, the game board boxes, and the records in the milk crate. We have one of the chessboards from the Everyday Clutter kit, and a couple of just like random other clutter storage boxes. Also have the little decoration snack box and the headphones. Unfortunately, you can't actually use those headphones, although I think it would be so cool if we could. It's kind of running out of like clutter items like that, so I added in a couple of boxes from Dream Home Decorator just on the shelf because you never know what's inside those. It could be games or, you know, controllers, whatever. Side tables are from the base game and the coffee table is actually from the Paranormal Stuff Pack. The lamps I'm using are from the Basement Treasure kit and they actually like flicker in game, so that's fun. We've got a bunch of like sailor boat pictures and a couple of like schematics on the wall behind our couch. Ended up moving the dartboard into the garage because that just feels like a garage activity, you know? And then I added a Parenthood love seat and other ottomans. Our guest suite, we have a Murphy bed from Tiny Living and the Basement Treasures kit TV. I also added in a heater from, I want to say Snowy Escape. It's like the little space heater. It's gonna get cold in the basement. Let's just pretend anyway. We also have an ottoman from high school years and a couple of plants. And then I have a kitchen in here too, just so your sim can like grab some food and like quick meals. So have like a mirror and a dresser in here just so that they can change and do whatever they need to. And then I use the same tile flooring from the upstairs kitchen and the Growing Together tile from the bathroom, and use it in the bathroom as well. Kitchen, I added the new mini fridge from the daily logins and some Dream Home Decorator cabinets and counters. I have a coffee maker, and then I also added one of the stove tops from the Dream Home Decorator pack as well, just so they could cook some kind of food. If you don't want to go all the way upstairs, there's always a kitchen downstairs if you end up using it for your own sims and not like guests. Let's get right into some of the landscaping. I did a little bit of it off camera. We have a pool and a bunch of trees now. I also added in the treehouse so that we could build that and have our sims play in it. I haven't used this mailbox from Get Together in a really long time, so I thought it'd be fun to use it today. It kind of goes with the aesthetic of the house, so I'm glad. And then I used a bunch of these hosta plants from Cats and Dogs, like all over this for the landscaping because I really love the way that it looks. Bushes from the base game a lot, but they take up a lot of space and they look pretty good, so I like using them a lot. I rarely do this much landscaping in my builds because I want them to function better and not be super glitchy because there's a lot of like plants that they have to render. I plan on placing this in some of my saves because it looks good from the managed worlds. I'm going to do the rest of the landscaping off camera, but that is just about all for today's speed build. We'll be getting to the tour in just a few moments, and it's a bit of a longer one. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up because it really helps out. I try to upload a few videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Dag dag!